Hello, puzzle fans. Fenton here. This is Opus Magnum. It's an old game, by today's Zoomer standards at least, 2017. It's a puzzle game, but it's not it's a puzzle programming game, as Zachtronics is known for. We're coming up to March. This year will be the 10-year anniversary of Space Chem, which was Zachtronics' breakthrough hit after some Flash games and some downloadable non-commercial style games. Space Chem came out, and that game was great, but it's quite hard, and I thought we'd start with Opus Magnum because it's the most accessible, I think, of the Zachtronics oeuvre, and it's on sale. If you're watching this video on the day or maybe the day after it comes out, it's actually on sale at the moment, so it seemed like a good time to go. What is an open-ended puzzle programming game? That's a good question. There's no way to make a new save file, so I'm just going to make new solutions to everything. How do I control this bloody thing? An open-ended puzzle programming game, which Zachtronics arguably popularised. I don't know the ins and outs of it exactly, but we'll say that they did. Is one in which you are just given a simple objective with some limitations, and you have some tools, and you have to do the thing. And in this scenario, in the Opus Magnum scenario, you want to make what they're calling stabilised water out of 2 reagents. So we'll plonk all this down. It's on a nice hexagonal grid. The aesthetic is very nice. And, oh god, looks complicated, doesn't it? Don't worry, it isn't. It is. It secretly is. So in this example, there are tutorials for all of this. This is not the first level. This is just the first level where you actually get to do what you want. You have to make stabilised water. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that extend my arm. Can you extend these by default or not? I can't remember. Do you have to extend them as an instruction? Every arm you put down, you can program it to do certain things. Oh, it's that one. There we go. I'm obviously not doing this optimally. I'm just doing it to show you right now. So if we take this elemental water and put it onto this, we'll get this neutral thing. So all we have to do is tell the arm a set of instructions that will do that. For example, if we start it on the right place, we want it to grab. We put that down here in the list of things it will do. And then we want it to rotate counterclockwise. And let's just press play on that and see what it does. Wow, there it goes. Now the problem is we didn't tell it to do anything else, so it's just going to repeat these 2 set of instructions over and over again. We could put a deletes the currently selected parts. Okay, no, that's fine. There's no like weight as such. That's half of the limitation, is that once it gets to the end of a list of instructions, it's just going to go back to the beginning. There's this one that synchronises everything so that it will wait for the next arm to do something. So I suppose if we want this to go here, we can move this like this, right? Well, that's not right at all. There we go. So that will rotate it twice onto this. Then all we need is we just need an arm to do this here. Now some of the other thing an arm can do is it can push So if we get arm 2 to grab and then extendo presto, and I suppose both arms should release. Is there a way to slow this down? This arm cannot extend or retract. Oh, I didn't actually put an extend arm down. That would make more sense. There we go. And I've deleted all the instructions by doing that. Grab, extend, release. Right, let's increment this step by step. So they both grab, and the next instruction they've got one rotates, one extends. Then this one does nothing, so it pads it out with nothing. There we go. Now, made a mistake here in that we didn't ever pass things over this glyph of bonding. So what we should do is we should do this like that and then like that, except this is the wrong way around. There we go. So then this one shouldn't let go, should it? It will pass over the glyph of bonding, then this will let go, then this will rotate, and it was right the first time. We also made a mistake here. We didn't reset this second arm back to its original neutral position, so it's not starting again properly. Right, okay, so it rotates, it does this. We also didn't put an extra rotate in and let go on this. So there we go. We're debugging this as we go, which is not the best thing to do, but it's really the only way to do it. Then it lets go, and then it's done. Now, the other thing that Zachtronics games like to do is it likes to make sure that your solutions are repeatable. So by doing it once, it's not enough. We actually need to do it 6 times in a row. Now the problem is we can't just press play. The first arm, that's fine. The first arm we sorted it. The second arm is fine. The second arm goes back to a neutral state. The first arm doesn't. So we can either tell it to just rotate back 3 times before it starts again, like this, and that should work. See, there we go. It speeds up as it goes, just so that we don't have to watch it at the same speed. There we go, we did it. The other Zachtronics thing it likes to do is it likes to put in a little histogram for you to show you how everyone else has been doing. So here are some of my Steam friends, and here are the general population. We're just about here. So you can see you can do it a lot better. We've taken a lot of space. It depends really. You can't optimize all 3 at once. Cost is one thing. Each unit has a cost. Cycles really is the big one. You want to do it as quickly as possible. Now we can see here that we did it in the very popular way, but we've not done it in the most efficient way. And this is where the game really, like you could just move on from here and be like, okay, I've done it. So how can we get this to go very quickly? Very quickly. So where are the times wasted here? So obviously we wasted a lot of time by bringing this arm back. So the easiest thing to do here would be to just double it up, give it a 2-arm thing, and then get rid of the last rotations. Then the arm doesn't have to reset every time. Okay, cool. Got it down to 18 here. There's still a little bit more we can do if we want to be on the top of this histogram, or the bottom, or whatever you want to call it. Now I've done it in this is 30. I've done it in 18 on my actual save file. So rather than working it out, let's just go and see what we did. 18 cycles. Wowzers trousers. Right. So what this is rather than having one arm do one thing and only one arm do one thing and only that one arm do the solution 6 times, what I appear to have done is I have 6 arms that must just do each one twice, and that's the solution. Nice. So I've also here utilised the track mechanism, where you can move the arms along tracks. Look at that. Cool. That's the tutorial. Then the story is very good. It's told in all of these, you know, dialogue things, and the aesthetics very nice. This is based on an old Flash game that Zachtronics made called the Codex of Alchemical Engineering, and that was just as impenetrable. If you're looking at this and you're just like, what? That's fine. That's fine. That is what you're supposed to feel like. Right, let's do a new solution on this refined gold. So we need to make gold. It just throws you right in with the alchemy here. You need to make gold out of lead and quicksilver. One of the other things you can use is this glyph of projection, which increases the tier of a metal using the quicksilver, and then there's like a little reference sheet here for that. So here are the elements, and here are the metals. So we start with the lead. Start with lead? Yeah, we start with lead. And so all we need to do is we need to upgrade it a bunch of times to make gold. So it seems to me like a simple case of... I'm going to go ham on this like straight away, I think. I'm going to use this big old 6-arm thing. If we do a grab and a counterclockwise movement, that will move this quicksilver here onto this space. Meanwhile, we get the lead over, move that clockwise, and we'll just see what that does for now. Oh, and we also need to output gold at some point, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ah, you see what I've done here is I've used the pivot instruction and not the rotate arm instruction. That's fine. So you can spin the elements in there in the arm as well. So that hasn't worked because I have put this the wrong way around. And now it's not worked because... presumably I need to put this down. Yes, I need to put it down. But I need to drop the lead. I need to drop the lead, but then sort of wait. I need the second arm to just wait a long time. And I suppose I can do that by like padding this instruction out, because what I really need is I need this one to keep doing what it's doing several times. Shame I have to drop it, that really slows it down. So lead goes, it needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quicksilver to turn into gold. So what we need is we need this instruction 5 times. Select it all. And then copy it in some way. There is a way to do that. You hold control and do it. There we go. So if we do this 5 times, then this arm will just do nothing while it waits for the whole set of instructions to finish. Alright, we got the gold. We haven't quite got some timings right here. Right, now it's gold. And then it can go over. So it needs to go here when it's finished. I can't remember if you overlap this drop instruction with a rotate instruction, whether that will work or not. Whether it's too late. No, it did work. It picked it up, rotated it, and then it can drop it here, and then that's the solution essentially done. If we put this as a triple arm instead, then that should be okay. There we go. We've turned lead into gold, like the geniuses we are. I feel like it's quite slow. All of these grab and drop are not the best. I took 96, but apparently I've done it in 66 back in the day, back when I knew what I was doing. How does that happen then? 140 cost, so it's not a huge number of pieces, we'll see. Well, the instructions look very complicated. Oh, there's a repeat instruction thing, creates a sequence of instructions that will repeat the preceding set of instructions. There we go. Ah, right, so rather than using a 6 arm, it's actually quicker to have 2 arms, and then one arm can be resetting while the other arm does its thing. I remember that now. I think there's very few actual solutions where I used a 6er. Cool. Wow. Apparently I was a genius at one point in my life. And there are 5 chapters, sorry. 6 if you count the tutorial. Let's look at quite a late one, shall we? Golden thread. So this has got a really large product, and this means that it needs to just repeat indefinitely. We got spinny boys here. Whoa, it's moving backwards and forwards. They can't ever collide. I don't know if that was obvious or not. The atoms can never touch. I'd say this is spoilers, but I mean, to be honest, all the solutions are some arms and some instructions. So if you really, get stuck on that one and you come back to this video and copy it, then whatever. But the point is, the reason why it's open-ended is it doesn't force you into any. You can do whatever you want. Well, this one has the glyph of triplex bonding. Creates 3 separate types of bonds. So the product has this. I don't know if you can see here. It's not a regular bond. The fire bond needs to go over all 3 of these: the orange one, the yellow one, and the grey one, to make its solution. This record GIF button is very good. It records a GIF of your solution that just loops, because as GIFs so often do, it loops seamlessly, so you can post it to social media and such. See, so it simulates it. An animated GIF has been saved to your desktop. Somebody somewhere has done this in 43 cycles, or a few people somewhere have done it in 43 cycles. That's very nice. It depends on which one of these you want to focus on. Some like low-cost solutions are really interesting. They take forever because they basically just use, like, so if we went back to refined gold and changed our solution here that we made to be as cheap as possible, we'd need all 4. The minimum is all 4 of these and then just 1 arm, right? But it would take a long time. Because what we'd have to do is we'd have to do it like this would be the only way to make it so nothing collide. Oh no, this would be the only way to make it so nothing collided. And you'd have to start by grabbing the lead, rotating clockwise twice. So all of these instructions have hotkeys as well, so you don't have to click and drag. Once you've learned the hotkeys, you know that D is the instruction for clockwise, so you can just hold the D button down and then click the mouse on the line. So clockwise twice puts it there. So then we let go, which is R, and then we rotate clockwise 2 more times. Oops. Grab. Rotate counterclockwise once. Drop. So then we can't use repeat on this because that would repeat everything. So we've got this. Let's just make sure this is right so far. Yeah, 1, Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I forgot to put a... I need to put a clockwise thing back in before we do that. Yeah. And there as well. So then we need to do this, what did we say, 5 times? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except it doesn't need the instructions after Control Z. It doesn't need to go back after dropping the last time. What it needs to do is then it needs to rotate counterclockwise once more, pick it up, rotate counterclockwise again, drop it, and then rotate counterclockwise once more just so it's back on its original starting position. And that is how you would do it at the cheapest amount, because that is literally just one arm. Like, you can't do it any cheaper than that. So you can see how the gameplay is entirely different if you were choosing to focus on one particular metric. But you can see how long it takes. Yeah, there you go. That's also the smallest you can make it as well. We did both of those at the same time. That's fun. 40. Yep, no one's done it cheaper than that, and no one's done it in a smaller space than that. I'd be surprised if they had, to be honest, because, as I say, it's one arm is the cheapest, and it's everything and one arm. I'm not sure you can do every solution. Well, in fact, I'm confident you can't do every solution with one arm. That would be silly. After the game came out, they released this extra content, and they're quite hard, and I didn't do them all, as you can see, because they are in limited space. Oof. Now, aesthetically, amazing. Like, I love this. I love these vials with the reagents in. But there's limited space. And there are these teleporter things, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, etc. on each side. And you can just look at this bloody list of instructions here to have some idea of how difficult it makes it with limited space. One of the criticisms of the game was that the infinite space in the other boards made it a bit easy. But so it looks a little bit like Zach went, alright, fine, I'll show you how hard the game is with limited space, screw you. I don't even understand what I did here, what's happening. Well, you only start with these 2 reagents and you have to make this big thing up here. I mean, it works. Oh, there seems to be an extra component for upgrading metals with just metals rather than using quicksilver. So 2 leads turn into a whatever it is, iron, and then 2 irons turn into a silver, or however the process goes. I can't remember. Cool. And then, as if that wasn't enough, you can make your own puzzles, because of course you can. Now, I made some. They're on the Steam Workshop if you're interested. Yeah, you can make your own puzzles. It's a simple case of just deciding what you want your inputs to be and what you want your product to be, and deciding what tools you want to have available to you. And that's it. And because it's open-ended, the game just sort of goes, well, I assume you can do it, right? Like, there's no way it's impossible, unless you've not put the right tools in. Like, if you can't actually upgrade a metal, if you've not put the tools in to upgrade a metal, then yeah, maybe it's impossible. And I don't know if the game knows that and turns these on and off for you automatically. Wow, this is a solution for a puzzle that I made, so you can tell that I didn't really. I just sort of went, the puzzle looks cool, the product looks cool, but does it work? Is it fun to make? You can't even zoom out, which is crazy. must be able to zoom out. That's silly, right? Show ghost atoms. Oh, cool. Yeah. So you can see where like a collision was if you stop the simulation from a collision. You can hold this down to see where everything was when you stopped it. That's Opus Magnum, basically. Like, oh, there's one other thing that I forgot, and it's kind of a hallmark of Zachtronics games at this point, is that there's always some sort of solitaire game. And it's called Sigma's Garden, and I'm not very good at it. You have to make pairs, but you can only make pairs from a glyph that has an edge or two edges or something. And I always found that I would put myself in an impossible solution, and it's because I wouldn't think ahead far enough. But it's, you know, there are these up and downs that match, and that's from the game as well. It's because I'm not thinking ahead. It's because I'm just clicking the first pair that I see, like this. These are wild, I think. No, they're not wild. Yes, they are. Can't remember. Anyway, there's that as well. So there's a lot in this game, truth be told. And it's if you've not played an open-ended puzzle game before, I recommend giving it a go. As I say, it's definitely the easiest of the Zachtronics collection, and it's the easiest, I would say, out of the other ones I've played, including Human Resource Machine. It is very good. Yeah, Human Resource Machine is very good. That's similar. 7 Billion Humans is the sequel to that. Did I play that one? I feel like I did. Why can I not see it in my Steam library? Oh, it's because it's 7 with a number, so it's not in the S section of my Steam library. Yeah, 7 Billion Humans is also very good. And there are a few others as well. So let me know what you think about open-ended puzzle games as a genre that you would like to maybe see more of on this channel, because I have a bunch, and I kind of always stayed away from them because they're very, you know, they're puzzle games, but they're quite different in comparison to block pushing puzzle games and logic puzzle games. They're not really the same at all. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see more. I can show you Space Chem, and I can show you some more of the abstract ones like Shenzhen IO and TIS. That's a bloody pain in the arse. Prime Mover, that's another one. I quite like these games if you haven't guessed. My partner always says it's because I like programming, and I don't ever do any programming. I'm not a programmer in any official capacity whatsoever, and I don't program real life things. But apparently I like doing it in a game, so, you know, I guess that's just the human condition. Once you make it your job, you don't want to do it, right? Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing alright. I'm still furloughed, of course, as so often am. But I'm alright. I'm getting there, you know. I'm just trying to take each day as it comes, and not playing a lot of Factorio. Basically, just playing a lot of Factorio and cooking pies. That's me. So I hope you're alright. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, etc. All of that malarkey. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.